Hello again. This is Dr. Michael Johnson. I failed to introduce myself to many of you on my first video. I'm a physician and surgeon, trained at the University of Michigan Medical School, and then did my surgery training here in Philadelphia, the Graduate Hospital. Finished that in 1984, and after a brief time of serving here, actually in practice here in Philadelphia, my family and I moved to Kenya, East Africa, where I did the majority of my medical practice and surgical practice for 20 plus years. Returned here in 2010, and a group of colleagues and myself have established a clinic called Miriam Medical Clinics. And at Miriam, we provide health care for people who have limited ability or no ability to pay for medical services. And we do that as part of our faith in Christ. And it is with that in mind that I want to again reiterate our attitude and what I believe should be your attitude with regard to the present coronavirus outbreak. We live in a nation that we pride ourselves on personal independence. I can do what I want to do, when I want to do it, and where I want to do it, with whom I want to do it. And the problem with that, of course, is that there's nothing that I do that does not impact the welfare and health of others. That's why, we have laws and restrictions. So I wanted to focus on this idea of personal liberty. We quote Patrick Henry, who spoke these words just over 220 some years ago, 245 years ago, March of 1775. Give me liberty or give me death. And again, we covered our personal independence and freedoms regardless of the impact on the community around us. We believe that if we can do what we want with our personal lives, it should not be curtailed or restricted by the impact that it may have on others. And that is a fallacy. Rules, regulations, restrictions are not for me as an individual, I feel. I reject and resent authority. That is the attitude, whether we're speaking about parents or priests or pastors or police or physicians or other people in authority. If what they say contradicts what I want to do, then I accuse them of being overbearing and even judgmental. So I give you this preamble as it relates to the present coronavirus pandemic. A pandemic, of course, being a disease that is occurring around the world in many places at the same time. That is where we are right now. And I want to plead with you to recognize that every time you leave your house, you are potentially infecting someone or being infected. Can I say that again? You are potentially infecting someone else or being infected by someone else. So I plead you to recognize that your personal liberties should not allow you to cause others or to become ill or to bring disease back into your own home. So no matter what the rumors or conspiracy theories may say, one thing is true. We don't know what we don't know. This disease will continue to manifest itself in greater forms if we don't curtail our personal liberties. The next time you leave your house, remember, you might either infect someone or become infected. Is it worth leaving home? Do wise. Don't misquote Patrick Henry when he said, give me liberty or give me death. He wasn't saying, give me liberty and give me death. In other words, don't let me do what I want to do without regard to the consequence to those around me. I plead with you to pay attention to the reports, ignore the public and political pundits, ignore the economists, please ignore the online searches, the online advisors. If you want information, search the CDC website, the NIH, National Institutes of Health, the American Medical Association, the WHO, and even your state medical societies for the credible and reliable medical information, the experts. Also search your hearts. Search your hearts. Paul said in his letters to the Galatians chapter 5, verse 13, it is absolutely clear, this is the Message version, it is absolutely clear that God has called you to a free life. Just make sure that you don't use this freedom as an excuse to do whatever you want to do and destroy your freedom. Rather, use your freedom to serve others in love. That's how freedom grows. Serve each other with this freedom, is what the apostle is saying. Don't use your freedom in a selfish way without regard for how it affects your family, community, and people around the world. Keep a self-imposed distance of 6 feet in public. Monitor yourself for signs of illness, including fever, fatigue, shortness of breath, body aches, gastrointestinal issues. Call your doctor, even your other healthcare professional, if you have questions. And if your symptoms are not controllable with over-the-counter medications such as Tylenol, WHO has now removed ibuprofen as a problem. So you may use ibuprofen and use cough suppressants. And what other things to provide you symptomatic treatment? Seek further medical advice. Recognize that going to the emergency room will expose you to people who may be sicker than you are. Even that is a risk. So, again, just because you feel well doesn't mean you don't have the virus. Doesn't mean you can't pass it on. Just because you're standing next to someone who's not coughing, sneezing, doesn't mean they're not infected. Okay? Pray. Wash your hands and pray. Wash your hands and pray. Don't use your personal freedom as an excuse to cause and spread this illness. I plead with your family. Be safe in Christ. For more information, you can call us at Miriam Medical Clinics, 215-644-8745, or visit our website, www.miriammedical.org. That's Miriam, M-I-R-I-A-M, medical.org. Thanks.